This episode was sponsored by Women Against Mental Health Abuse. That's Women Against Mental Health Abuse. Go to WAMHA.org to become a Women Against Mental Health Abuse ambassador, or to get the help you need or share your story of victory and triumph indeed. Because every woman deserves to live her health journey freely. Tune in to Cleopatra Memphis Studios with your host Cleo and the CMS Network every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Like, follow, share, and tell a friend. Hi, you're listening to Cleopatra Memphis Studios. I'm your host, Cleopatra Memphis, but you can call me Cleo. Thank you for tuning in to us every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. right here on with Cleopatra Memphis Studios and the CMS Network. Today is it's a wrap Wednesday every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. and we are wrapping up talking about some major issues that recently occurred. And today's topic is called The Terrorists in Your House. Now, we're going to get on into it. We are talking about Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, and everything in between with him and the young, beautiful singer, R&B singer, actress, and model, Cassie. This has been a very triggering thing for me. And I'm sure for most women who are either survivors or watch someone else get harmed, or who are working in the field as a women's advocates and so forth and so on. It is vital. So, yes, I have some major qualms with what's going on in society. Our episode is being sponsored by Women Against Mental Health Abuse. And as you know, there are men who are committing the same acts as Diddy and instead gaslighting and calling women crazy. They're and getting them locked up so they can take their money, so they can continue to abuse them, so they can continue to hurt their children or anything. It's so many levels to this thing that is unreal. And it can't just be us, it has to be men to say no, because there are so many men that take it upon themselves to turn the other cheek, act like they don't see anything, co-sign for everything, lie and then some. And you see that so much in the industry. They're in the industry, whether it's music, acting, modeling, whatever the case may be. It's there. It is there. And we are talking about this thing because it's a real thing. It's existing. And if he hadn't have gotten caught, he wouldn't have been saying the same thing with these horrible apologies. And then recently today, you see him just I felt sick to my stomach. He was just torturing the young lady. She's underneath the covers. She was seemed like a child, just trying to hide from being posted on Snapchat for his amusement and insanity. So, ladies, we can't wait on any other entities. We're going to have to do it ourselves. Yes, we want the help, and we've been crying for it and talking about it for years. It seems like it's going to happen. At least, maybe not in my lifetime. I'm not sure. And I'm about to be 43. Things didn't just really get started to get talked about until recently. Okay? So, what I'm asking us to do is to come into unity. We need to do some things differently in order to make some moves for not just equality, just basic safety. Just basic safety. We know of the stories of being hit in New York in the face just randomly, and all the horrible things we hear online against women, and how they feel that it's just strange abnormalities. So it's a wrap for that. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for that. It's a wrap Wednesday, and it's a wrap for all the lunacy that's going on right now. So let's get it together, people. And ladies, let's get in here and change this thing. You know where we are. Y'all, thank you for listening. We're on all forms of social media, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or X as they call it now, YouTube everywhere. Like, follow, share, and tell a friend. And let's put an end to all this craziness with women, because our rights are already being taken away in our faces. And this will not be another Handmaid's Tale episode. So let's get it. Let's be those wonderful praying mantises that we are. All right? So until next time, people, thank you for listening, and we'll see you again on Friday with Cleopatra Memphis Studios and your host, little old me, Cleopatra Memphis, and the CMS Network. Stay tuned, and as I always say, simply be great. That we make a difference in this crazy form of patriarchy and misogyny and anything against women's freedom and life at liberty. Women have been subject to this for hundreds of years. This is nothing new. So it's not about just the repulsive act that we saw on the video from Puff Daddy or Diddy. I don't like calling him Puff Daddy, Sean John, whatever you want to call him. Diddy, I have no respect for him. He's not human anymore. He's something else. He's a monster. Anyone that can treat another human that way is beyond me, and in my opinion, beyond redeeming. Only God can do anything with that. We can't. As humans, we cannot do anything with that. So for all of us as women who are standing up for ourselves and others and women in the gap, watching those videos are revolting. Knowing that there are people who were complicit with his actions, and knowing there are people complicit with those same type of actions and with the everyday woman in all walks of life, in every form of being, whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, it's there. So we're dealing with patriarchy, we're dealing with misogyny, we're dealing with unhealed people, we're dealing with hateful people, we're dealing with some major things, especially as I'm speaking as a woman, in the African American community. There are so many things that are going on that people are either just ignoring or just failing to see, and we need to address it. And I'm sorry, but it starts with believing, just simply seeing or listening and believing, and then moving on to find a solution. I've been a women's advocate for years, but I first have to say myself, experiencing stalking from either randos or an ex-boyfriend, experiencing the threat of gun violence from a relative, false imprisonment, all kinds of things. I have two relatives that I don't speak to till this day. I don't have anything to do with them because of gun violence, threats of bodily harm to me, if not already a physical harm to me, and lying to the police. Also being a part of the police, people who are also with people who are exes and who are wealthy, who have power and influence in the community, like P. Diddy, has been my experience, and why I went through and stood up and said, I'm not going for any of this, and I'm going to set myself free, and I'm going to do it for others, not just me. When it comes to speaking freely, moving freely and being able to live and just be, just as a woman and just be, and have the right people in your circle and in your world to not only be comfortable around me, but love me. That is vital and that is major to being all you can be in this world.